Hi, I'm Scott Soshin from Sōshin Tea Online, and today we're going to show you how to make a bowl of matcha tea the correct way, and I mean the correct way. These days, matcha is becoming quite popular and trendy. People are mixing it with sugar and milk and all kind of things, but if you have a authentic quality matcha tea, you don't want to do that. You want to drink it in its natural state, whipped up into a beautiful, rich froth. And Lee here is quite accomplished in preparing and serving matcha tea. So he's going to go through the basic utensils that you need and how to go about in a step-by-step process to prepare matcha tea. So what about it, Lee?
Thanks, Scott. There's a few pieces of equipment you'll need. The chawan, or the tea bowl. Any bowl really could be used, but using a proper chawan is always a more enjoyable experience.
Why would that make a difference? I mean, I could use a soup bowl, couldn't I?
Of course you could use a soup bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would still work and it would still be very delicious.
Yeah, but it's not soup, is it?
It's not soup.
Right,
it's not soup.
fair enough.
One of the most important things you will need while making matcha is the chasen, or the tea whisk. This whisk here is handcrafted from a single piece of bamboo to have the ideal shaped size, tines.
How many tines would a tea whisk have typically?
About 80 to 100 is normally standard.
Yep.
These are very thin tines, designed perfectly to whisk tea, have a nice thin and even layer of froth on top.
Cool, right. Don't see those around too much. Not your typical supermarket, that's for sure.
No, these ones come straight from Japan.
So what else do we need there?
So we need a tea scoop, or a chashaku.
Could I use a typical teaspoon that you find in typical
A teaspoon would work,
Yeah.
but these ones are designed to perfectly measure out how much matcha is needed for a single serve of tea.
Right. And how much matcha would you use in a typical one-serve bowl of matcha?
Probably about 2 grams.
Okay, so that would be what? 2 scoops?
2 scoops. The chashaku will roughly measure out 1 gram each. And then lastly, we have the tea itself.
Okay, cool.
All of these items are available on Sōshin Tea Online.
Right, that's good to know.
Well, let's get started.
Okay.
It's always good to heat up the tea bowl to start with. There's nothing worse than being served cold tea. It's also a good idea while doing this to make sure that we've also warmed up the tea whisk.
So that would make the tines a little softer and flexible.
Yeah, we don't want them to be too brittle.
Yep.
We want them to be able to glide through the tea perfectly.
Fair enough.
Once the tea bowl is nice and warm, you can use a clean tea towel to dry it out. If we leave the tea bowl wet, matcha will start to stick to the bottom of it.
Beautiful color.
When you're looking for matcha, the brighter green it is, the better. Now for the water, we're looking for about 3 sips of tea. I normally go for about 70 mils.
So you don't fill the bowl actually up.
No.
I've
Single
seen many
serve of
people
tea should be able to be drunk.
My goodness, that would be an awful lot of tea or a very undesirable bowl of tea.
It definitely would.
Yeah.
While whisking, you want to make sure you do a back and forth action and not round in circles like we would for mixing a cake. Once you've got a nice level of foam on top, you can start to go a little slower and bring the whisk to the surface of the tea. This will start to break up the bigger bubbles so that you can have a nice foam on top, a lot like a latte.
Very nice. Why don't you show that to the audience, Lee? that layer of foam. You just don't see that normally prepared that way. And why I think that's important is because the health benefits are known for matcha tea. They're immense. The flavor is also rich, umami, lingering flavor that you can only get from matcha tea. So you want to prepare it the correct way. And then what happens now?
And now we get to the best part, drinking the tea.
All right, who gets to do that?
I believe I'll have this one.
Oh, you've done the work.
I've
Okay,
done the
fair
work.
enough.
I'll
Yeah.
get to enjoy this.
How's that taste?
It's very nice. You can tell the high quality of it from not being overly bitter and having a nice, fresh, vibrant flavor.
Excellent. So, in a nutshell, you can see it's not that complex of a process. It takes perhaps a few times to practice the whipping, but once you get used to that, you can enjoy the benefits of matcha at its best. And like we said, we provide a whole range of matcha for you to enjoy. Thank you.